It is time now for the Peter Channel 6 o'clock news, and it's Friday evening, February 26, 2016. Good morning, I am Peter Wiggins, your 6 o'clock news and I'm here. Top story at 6 on this Friday evening is Fort Worth, Texas, where Republican candidate Donald Trump on Friday won the surprise endorsement of New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, the most prominent mainstream Republican to get beyond the former reality TV star's White House campaign. Newton, Kansas, a gunman who fatally shot 3 people and injured 14 others on Thursday began his rampage not long after he was served a restraining order aimed at barring him from contact with somebody he had abused, authorities said Friday. Teenager Philip Chisholm will have to serve at least 40 years in prison for killing, raping, and robbing his high school math teacher, Colin Whitzer, a judge in Massachusetts said on Friday. Beirut, ceasefire broken by the U.S. and Russia come in an effect across Syria. Mogadishu, Somalia. Militants forced their way into a hotel in the nearby public garden in the Somali capital and fighted that exchanged fire with a hotel guard in an attack that left at least 14 dead and many others wounded. The work-issued iPhone used by one of the shooters in the San Bernardino terrorist attack likely has never been any value, save none. The police chief of the town has admitted a new interview with authorities. He believes that Apple should help the FBI. In Woburn, Massachusetts, 5 local unions represented workers at Stop Shop supermarkets in New England and New York continue to negotiate a new contract with the Cannically hold the parent company of the supermarket chain. In Tehran, Iranians voted on Friday the country's first election since its landmark nuclear deal with world powers to decide whether to further empower moderate spectrum President Rouhani or support hardliners long suspicious of the West. A half a migrant camp to be destroyed. London, British Finance Minister George Osborne warned that he might cut public spending more deeply than he previously planned after the country's economic growth fell short of the pace foreseen in his plans to wipe out the country's budget deficit. Mexico City, Mexicans back forward. President Vicente Fox did a verbal spat with Donald Trump on Friday after Fox called the Republican frontrunner crazy and false prophet, and Trump reported he ought to be ashamed of himself for using. In Seoul, the house where United Press International's earliest foreign correspondent decided to be reopened as a historical landmark in the city of Seoul said on Friday. Tokyo, Japan's population decreased by nearly 1 million people in the past 5 years, as such report indicated. Hobart, Australia. Australia reported has rescued 37 people from an icebreaker that ran aground in Antarctica. In Seoul, a South Korean analyst said Jang's ambition to restore the Nobel Prize structure could have played a role in the death sentence. San Francisco homeless people have until the end of Friday to vacate a rampant intensity along a busy San Francisco State Route declared a halt fast by the city officials earlier this week. Columbia, South Carolina, checking the bills woke up early on Sunday well before sunrise, grabbed their ransom bedazzled Obama hat in their vintage. Hillary Clinton for president button loaded her suitcase in the truck with Lexus headed to pick up 3 for black women in South Carolina. It's Clinton's turn. Donald Trump, Republican presidential rivals, are seasoned on fire allegation made by former students of his Trump University to paint him as a sleazy businessman. Are you pro-life or pro-choice? Some mixture of the two. Do these labels that you fit the views are expressed by President You'll be abortion should be legalized. When it comes to abortion, are we even asking the right questions? In Washington. Nope, let's go to Paris, where France's favorable rating in the United States is 87%, making a record high for the country in 25 years, according to a new Gallup poll. Washington. Representative Ben Ray Lejeune chaired the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee endorsed Hillary Clinton for president, calling her the best choice. Dallas. Senator Marco Rubio's raged in an auto war, and Donald Trump took in the same local man been worried he wet his pants at Thursday's debate. And now the local news. A man accused of selling counterfeit sports club in a local motel in Mansfield last week allegedly stashed over $112,000 worth of bogus sports memorabilia at a rented warehouse in Smithfield, Rhode Island. State police said Friday. Richard Booth for 47 and Johnson, Rhode Island is on free. on $10,000 surety bail after arraignment Thursday in work. District Court on felony charges of forgery and counterfeiting trademark goods, according to Rhode Island State Police. The Rhode Island charges are the result of continued investigation of Rufo's alleged activities following his arrest at a sports memory show on March February 15 by Mansfield Police at Holiday Inn on Mansfield on Hampshire Street. Police say that estimated $15,000 worth of suspected counterfeit merchandise from Rufo and Mansfield has subsequently led police to contact Rhode Island State Police with a search warrant and latest week. Warehouse investigators said Rufo went in Smithfield. Attleboro. An alleged drug dealer wanted in Rhode Island arrested at a South Attleboro motel earlier this week is now suspected of stealing $4,000 worth of jewelry from his brother. Norton, a 28-year-old man, faces the drunken driving charges Friday after state police say he crashed the rear of another car allegedly after speeding on Interstate 495 in Norton. State Senator James Milty warned to make it illegal to possess electronic scanner devices used to steal money from debit and credit cards. North Attleboro, the planning board approved the controversial residential development between High Street and Arnold Road on Thursday, but curtailed the number of homes and imposed several other conditions. In Boston, Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump may be catching on among Massachusetts primary voters despite sharp criticism from GOP Governor Charlie Baker. A new Massillon INC polling group survey from WBUR-FM shows Trump a billionaire New York businessman well ahead of other Republican candidates among likely voters. Massachusetts one of 12 states that cast votes for party nominees on Tuesday. The poll shows a much-cited race between Democratic polls Hillary Clinton, and former U.S. First Lady and Secretary of State, and Bernie Sanders, a U.S. Senator from Vermont. In business news, the U.S. global stocks rise and the U.S. economic data and China pledge. The Dow is down 57.32 points at 16,639.97. S&P 500 down 3.65 points at 19.05. And NASDAQ 4,000 at 59.47 up 8.27 points. Beyond winning all of the sales season, JCPenney confidently declared to investors that the turnaround has no more room to run. More and more, it looks like the IRS get trusted online service paid a party to get cash. Now scrutiny for ID quick says IRS rewarding 685,000 tax files of ID theft. Federal Reserve Governor Jerome Powell defended the central bank's scrutinized interest rate forecast known as dot plot against criticism that the quarterly projections sometimes do more to confuse investors than publicly and clarify. The fourth quarter of 2015 continued to slide. The economic growth began in fourth quarter of 2014 and persisted throughout the year. In San Diego, a Northrop Grumman solution to enable the use of legacy and future sensor systems on its RQ-4 Global Hawk drone has been successfully demonstrated. Orlando, Florida, the U.S. Air Force on Friday has released the first image of the future long-range strike bomber, an aircraft that has been given the designation B-21. Dried-up fishing history. A fisherman's boat on scene on Bolivia's dried Popo Lake bed is south of La Paz. Last December, the new study argues that as next research like fish migrate due to climate change, dramatic changes in global wealth will fall. Genetic analysis of 64 million-year-old rocks suggests that the sea sponge may have been the first animal developed on Earth. Paleontologists have long wondered why human wisdom teeth are so much smaller than those found in fossils of hominin species. That team of evolutionary biologists say they have solved the mystery. At least 2 pregnant women in the United States infected with the Zika virus and chosen to have abortion in recent months. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported on Friday, while 2 others suffered miscarriages. Participants in a small study with higher BMI performed worse than the test of episode of memory. Researchers report the body of the man who survived the Ebola outbreak nearly 20 years ago is helping scientists develop a treatment against the disease. Washington, President Obama held out to the promise of a medical breakthroughs Thursday as the administration moved ahead with a major project to learn how to better tailor treatments and preventive care to people's genes and environment. Okay, look at New England alerts here at 6:09 p.m. Here, shots fired. In the area 256 Humboldt Avenue in the Dorchester Roxbury area, ballistics recovered scene. 1 ran for the house with no victims at the time. And in Canton, Massachusetts, the Interstate 93 stopped between exits 2 and 3, moved out to Wilbur and Trapman and Midflight and Lennon Highway. Peter Channel News Time, 6:09 on this Friday evening, 7.5 for a spot support. Tonight, the Boston Bruins beat the Canada take on the Canada Hurricanes. Game time, 7 o'clock. Zerk, Gianni, and Fantino brought in fight at the lead FIFA out of years of corruption and scandal after the FIFA former UEFA General Secretary was elected to succeed his Swiss compatriot Sepp Blatter as president of football's world governing body. The Chicago Blackhawks Los Angeles Kings were awarded the market for defenseman at the Monday NHL trade line as Blackhawks trade Bob Skinner to the Kings for Chris and Hoff. Nons, a day after losing shouldn't guard Bryce John Jones to breast surgery at New Orleans. Huck has received some good news for a change on Friday as Eric Gordon, the team's regular shooting guard for the past 5 term after missing 16 games. And same in the USA Today Sports Pub on Friday afternoon. Houston Rockets big man right out of Nazi fired his longtime agent Dan Fagan. Peter Challenger's time, 6'10", 10.5 for ace. Travel reporting this Friday evening, the gateway to the weekend. Let's study up. Down to the line. Here. We're at 95 on the northbound side, so from 195 all the way up to Route 146. 146 on the southbound side, so in that time, part of the Route 95. 295 on the southbound side, so from Airport Connection all the way at the East Greenwich. 146 on both ends, so from 146 to Route 295 on the Lincoln North Smithfield stretch here. Jamestown Newport bridges are looking good here, but the Mano Bridge on the southbound side of 114 and so between Bristol and Portsmouth here. And in southeastern Massachusetts here. Twain on the northbound side also before the Bourne Rotary. Route 6 moving from Sudmore down to Orleans there. 95 on the southbound side, so after Route 1, Twain and Canton to Norwood around Deposit Street and hit breaks again from Route 1 and Sharon all the way up to 295 in Annabelle here. 24 on the northbound side, getting after around Route 123 and Brockton here. Route 3 on the southbound side, exiting here around between exits 13 and 12 Hanover, Marshfield, Circle, Spexman, delays here. 128 on the northbound side of it, so the split all the way to Route 24 and Randolph due to an accident on 120 on the northbound side around Route 28 and Randolph, so expect some delays here. And 120 on the northbound side, so before Route 95 here. 93 on both ends of the Southeastern Expressway, so from the Mass Pike all the way to the Braintree split. Mass Pike on the eastbound side of it, so from 120 western to Newton Corner and Hitterbeck again with the Austin Bar tolls all the way out to the Logan Airport. Mass Pike on the westbound side, so from South Boston all the way out to Newton and Hitterbeck again from 120 in the western all the way out to past 495 in Westburg. 120 in the northbound side, slow around Triple L Road and Wharf and Route 2 in Lexington there. 93 in the both ends in downtown Boston, and it is slow due to an accident on 93 in the southbound side right on the Mass Pike here. Route 1 in the northbound side, so from Revere all the way out to Denver's here. 93 in the northbound side, so the Zachin Bridge all the way up in the past Route 133 up in Andover here. 120 in the northbound side, so from 30 to Woburn all the way out to Denver's here due to an accident on 120 in the northbound side, around Route 114 in Peabody, so expect delays here. Route 3 in the northbound side, so from 62 in Burlington all the way up in the Tingsboro here. 495 on the southbound side is slow from Lowell all the way out to Chelmsford. 495 northbound side, so from Route 3 in Lowell to Route 38 in Tewksbury and then it breaks again around 133 in the Andover Lawn stretch. Out in Worcester, 290 in the eastbound side is so from Route 146 to Route 190 in Worcester stretch here. 91 in the northbound side, so from Hoyle to Northampton and 91 in the northbound side. 91 in the northbound side, so from Agawam to Route 291 in Springfield here. Down in Hartford, 91 in the southbound side, so from Hartford all the way out to Rocky Hill. I-84 in the westbound side is so from 91 in Hartford all the way to Farmington here. 91 in the southbound side, Lulsarm, Route 691 in Meriden here. I-84 in the eastbound side, so Route 8 in Chorlton all the way to Route 691 here. 95 in the southbound and northbound side is slow due to a couple of accidents here around 95 on the southbound side here. Around the Brantford stretch, so expect some delays here. 91 on the southbound side, so before Route 95 New Haven. 95 on the southbound side, so from New Haven all the way up to Route 122 in West Haven, so expect some delays here. 95 on the southbound side is so from Stamford to the New York border. 95 on the northbound side, so from Greenwich all the way at the Bridgeport here. All highways and byways in New York City are slow go. I-84 in the eastbound side, so from Denbury to Newtown here. And around Albany, we get an accident in the 3 after I-87, so expect some delays. Around the Albany stretch, I-77 in the northbound side, connect around Route 90 in Albany, so expect some delays here. Highways in Vermont are looking good. I-87 in the southbound side, also in Prospect after the Canadian border here. Down to New Hampshire here. 93 in the northbound side, also from Route 3 to Route 89 in Concord, New Hampshire here, doing an accident on 93 in the northbound side, Route 3 in Manchester, New Hampshire. 93 in the northbound side, also from Salem all the way at the dairy. Spotted trip out in the northbound side, it is so from Portsmouth all the way at the Durham, doing an accident on spotted trip back in Dover. So expect some delays here. And up in Maine, 295 in the southbound side, also on main trip out of Wise, main trip out looking good from York, Augusta, via Putnam, 295 looking good from Portland and Augusta, and 95 looking good from Augusta up in Holton here. Be a banger. Okay, look at that MBTA alerts at 6:50. Okay, take a look at MBTA alerts for that experience in Ronald Lays at the Medical Emergency at Charles MGH. Silver announced about experience in Ronald Lays at the traffic, and Silver announced for experience in Ronald Lays at the traffic. Commuter rail. Looking good on a Thursday out. Looking good. Peter Chell News Time, 6:16 on this Friday evening, 10 Alpha, a weather report. And the radar is clear as a whistle. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, clear sky, low about 15 degrees, northwest about 6 to 11 miles coming, northwest at midnight, winds gust size 20 miles an hour as wind chill values could be in the single digits to below zero. For Saturday, south skies, high about 38 degrees, cloud will be coming southwest around 5 to 8 miles in the morning. Saturday night, increased cloud about 28 degrees, southwest about 6 to 8 miles gust size 20 miles an hour. For Sunday, both skies, the gradually becoming south skies, about 54 degrees and southwest about 5 to 9 miles an hour. Sunday night, the showers, slight chance after 4 a.m. Forecast about 38 degrees and south about 8 to 11 miles an hour, 26 miles an hour. Chance patient 20% for Monday, slight chance showers before noon. Most skies got about 55 degrees and chance patient 20%. Monday night, most skies got about 30 degrees. Tuesday, most skies got about 52 degrees. And Tuesday, chance of showers after 1 a.m. Most skies got about 37 degrees and chance patient 40%. Wednesday, chance of rain showers of rain and snow. Most skies got about 36, about 29 degrees. Chance patient 50%. Down to 30% by Wednesday night. Thursday, chance of rain and snow showers. Plus skies about 41 degrees and chance patient 30%. Thursday night, most skies got about 20 degrees. And for Friday, chance of snow showers. Plus skies got about 36 degrees. Chance patient 30%. Currently in Norton, 33 degrees, close skies, humidity 31%, and that is going to be it for Peter. Channel 6 o'clock news in this February 26, 2016 on a Friday. Peter, have a good evening and goodbye to you all. See you at 11 o'clock for a late night report. Have a good evening here.